I almost would say maybe we should just play on creative mode.
Well, I mean, if we keep losing, like, that was a lot of money. That was an intense amount of grind that just got wiped there. Reminds me of, did you ever play EVE Online? I think you mentioned that you did.
I never did. I tried it once when it first, when they had their very, very first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you mentioned, getting it very early on.
Yeah, it was like one of the first beta weekends or something like that. I played it consistently for that entire week. Got to the end, lost my ship, lost everything, and I was just like, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to relog because I can't destroy trees.
Okay. Do you want to start considering a new game for us to pivot to soon?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I think we've explored some of the really, really cool stuff that we can do in this. But as much as the single player campaign is a joy to play, multiplayer it has its moments of just raw joy, but also its moments of utter chore. And that's unfortunate. Like, that's really unfortunate. But yeah, we could definitely have a think of other games to play. I'm still totally up for kind of trying to get together a like a board game thing as well.
Yeah, I was actually playing Carcassonne yesterday. I'm like, I bet this would be fun.
Oh, I love Carcassonne.
I'd never properly played it before. I played it in college with some people, but their idea of playing it was very much a, hey, that's resource chunks. Their idea of teaching people how to play was just chuck them into the game and then laugh as they lose. And I was just like, oh, I don't like you. I don't like it when people do that.
Yeah, that's a bit harsh. I mean, you know, it is one of those games where, in many cases, it's a bit easier to learn from seeing how it plays. But you know, when you're introducing someone new, you tend to, like when I had Casa over here, and Michilab and Casa were playing it. We were going through and like advising each other if we saw something, so that you could learn how to play that way. And then, you know, then once everyone was had the grips on the rules, then we played it competitively. But it's not going to be any fun if you're just raffle stomping people constantly.
I can understand why people enjoy that, but I just...
I'm glad you can, because I can't. It's nothing more boring than having a guaranteed win.
Okay, maybe that'll do. I
want to see you use gyros to just have that with 2 wheels. I really want to see you do
Okay, here. Do we want to... I'm going to snapshot this. Let's load up in creative mode and make dumb things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm 100% down with that. I'll hop out and just let me know when I can join you again.
Because, like, I think I'd have a lot more enjoyment out of this if every time I lose my vehicle, it's just kind of like, oh, well, and just respawn it as opposed
make
to...
another one. Yep.
Yeah, alright. Let's see. So, multiplayer, host a game, co-op creative. So, hopefully, random enemies. Okay, enemies, no enemies. I wish I could... Well, I'll just leave it on medium. We'll leave it hard.
Okay.
Let's see. Biome. Do we care? Let's go for the ice biome. I actually haven't seen that yet.
Sure. I'm down with that.
Okay, hopefully this will spawn things in. Because, yeah, I'm getting a little sick of losing all my stuff constantly. Here's the question.
Yeah, no, I completely get you on that one, mate. Ooh, that looks pretty.
Okay, I'm seeing enemies spawn in, so I think we're good. Load tech. Alright, let's see if I can make this thing stand on its own 2 wheels with gyro stuff. We can even, like, screw around a little bit with, maybe
the
deathmatchy
slidey
things.
ice is amazing.
Oh, is it slightly slidey?
Yep.
Okay.
That's cool.
Better future gyroscope. Oh, right. They're accessory blocks, aren't they?
But yeah, I'm really, really into Carcassonne. It's one of, well, recently I went on kind of a board game buying binge and got, actual physical copies of a lot of board games that I'd only known up until then digitally. Carcassonne was one of them.
By the way, it works.
I'm so glad. That is fantastic.
We might not want to be on the ice biome for this, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to be slipping and sliding everywhere.
I like the
mine
idea
isn't
of this.
so bad. It hasn't got that long before it stops because it's so
well,
heavy,
you've got treads, so it's not so bad. But this thing is not quite getting the traction that I'm looking for.
That is fantastic.
Here, I'm gonna bring us back out. I'll just do regular. Sure. Do you want to do salt flats?
Sure. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, co-op creative, medium enemies. Oh, campaign biome. I don't know what the differences are. Let's do salt flats. That way, it's just kind of reasonable. Okay, there we go.
Okay, joining in now. Well, take care,
Oh yeah,
Marsh.
this is flat. This is perfect.
There we go. Are there any other board games that you...
Let's see, what have I gotten into? Terraforming Mars is
Someone
one
was
of the
just
ones...
suggesting that in chat.
Yeah, Terraforming Mars is super good. Because it's... I'm not a very competitive person. I don't like... I like winning. I don't like... But mainly, I don't like losing really hard. I guess go back to our previous conversation that sort of thing gets wears on me a little bit because it's not very enjoyable to just get crushed. Let's see. Wow, these are heavier than I was expecting they would be. Well,
I'm drawing in the salt.
what's my max speed? 70?
I need some boosts.
The fact that this is working is so stupid. All right,
well, I mean, there's not really a reason why it wouldn't work when you consider it, like gyros and all that. Boosters. Kind of want to add a couple of these just for the sake of making it look nice. Being shot backwards, that's glorious.
I can't go forward. The recoil is that hard. I also can't aim down. I have to like back up so these things can shoot.
That is fantastic.
What a stupid thing. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Power blocks.
Small jet engines. Those might be what I'm looking for.
Let's see. What other board games are real good? I think I will always be slightly preferential to tabletop role-playing games, just because that's what I started with. My family never really believed in buying new things. Like that was always really tough for them.
Okay.
And so when it came to like board games and stuff, we could buy a new board game, but we also just own Monopoly, and I'm like, but Monopoly is really boring.
Problem with Monopoly is it never bloody ends.
I don't know.
It just always felt like we would never get to the end point before everyone got bored of playing. Like you'd end up in this situation where just two people controlled the board, and like it was this gauntlet of death for half of the board, and then you were back in safe territory, and then the other player would do it, and it would just go back and forth because they had this ridiculous amount of wealth stockpiled by the time they took everyone else out, and they would never finish.
Let's see. Spider Eye explosive bolt payload terminal. If the laser targeting is at all useful, I'm assuming probably not. All right. Oh.
Huh. Where were the... Oh. There they are.
You should take a look at some of the high-end weapons that we haven't seen before. Mainly the Better Future Class D laser ray. Just strap it on
I was
and
just looking
fire.
at that.
Just fire it once. It is the most just like...
Okay,
I don't know how to describe it, but when it fires, it's just kind of pathetic.
Don't actually see it doing anything.
It does like just this Peasley little like pew.
It like deploys, but then doesn't seem to actually do anything. It's a very curious block.
Maybe it's a lot bit. Okay. Do we have any enemies spawn? I haven't seen them. Oh, there's one.
There we go.
I think the two-wheel gyroscope idea is hilarious. I'm not sure about the functionality for it.
Yeah, these things don't appear to be doing anything. Very curious.
Let's see.
Slow firing laser cannon, but how long do you need to wait for it to do anything, though?
I guess I'm gonna make a really small, basic, like just venture scooty thing,
Okay.
and then we'll find out. Okay. But yeah, I agree with you on the board game thing. I would want to see if we could get some other people to come
Oh yeah,
along.
no, absolutely. I mean, two people with certain board games, especially cooperative ones, can genuinely be quite fun. But it is much better when you've got a good couple of people playing. That's definitely the case with things like Talisman, at the very least.
Yeah. I recently bought all the DLC for Talisman. I probably should have waited, because we've got the Steam sale coming in very soon. But I was like, I want to play this game at some point.
Very fortunate to get a good amount of that, because I used to do like board game nights with Quill 18 and Shenmue and a couple of others, Marbazir. And so we picked up quite a lot of digital board games through that. Oh, hello, enemy. Hi. Oh, that laser is amazing.
Which one?
The Better Future Cyberdisc laser.
Oh, okay.
It is straight out of XCOM.
Ooh.
I approve of it. Yeah, the nice thing with Talisman is I think it's one of those games where if the host has the DLC, then everyone can use it.
Yeah, it is. That's part of the reason why I picked up all of the DLC for it, because I knew it would be one of those.
It is a fantastic game. With all of the DLC, though, oh my god, sometimes it can be a long game. Like, if you've activated all DLC for Talisman, you're going to be there for, like, I don't know, I understand why like my friends who'd played it in real life as an actual hard copy board game would say, yeah, you know, it's the sort of game where you have a gaming session and then your gaming table is kind of reserved for the next like 3 gaming sessions because you don't strip it down because it needs to be there for a while. It is absolutely marvelous.
No, oh, come on. Well,
oh, this is awkward.
it's okay. I saved all my stuff. I put an I tried swapping out a block to be my anchor, and then it was like,
yoink.
Turns out that was the load-bearing block. Well, let's see if this works. Gosh, these anchors are just kind of the saddest thing.
Which ones?
All anchors that aren't.
Oh, yeah.
That aren't.
Everything but future tech is rubbish.
Yeah. It really is.
Which is not good game design. I'm going to call that one out.
Yeah, it should just extend all the way down no matter what it is. Just.
When there is a clear, this is the best option, I feel that is poor game design generally.
Yeah. Unless, of course, your options are inherently limited, but even then, here's what I'm going to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, as you're building up and, you know, it makes a little bit more sense as you're, like, as you're getting towards end game, that you might be replacing some of the earlier options, but still, I do quite often appreciate it when a game goes to the effort of making something reusable the whole way through the game. There we go.
Wait, there's a mega reactor battery for the Geocorp? Oh man, that would have been nice. So yeah, looking at this list, we had no other solutions apart from the 2 solar panels given to us.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
I think it'll be great when they've updated multiplayer to also include.
Yeah, because like if we didn't have to worry about power issues as much, or fabrication.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully nothing will destroy this thing. But I'm gonna take a snapshot of this as... There we go. I was
gonna say, that sounds like very much wishful thinking.
Yeah, well, now I've got a power tower, so if you need your batteries charged, I guess we just go near this.
Yeah! That's glorious.
It's stupid as hell,
Absolutely
but like
glorious.
I can just put like 5 of these down. There we go. Oh, they're all charging each other. It's cute. Okay. So venture.
At this point, I'm enjoying the opportunity to play around with all of the weapon systems.
Yeah, all the weapons that were too expensive for us to feasibly get our hands on large quantities of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see.
Man, yeah, when you can just build whatever you want, this is genuinely quite nice. It's getting to this point.
Yeah,
That's
trying to get to this point in multiplayer would have been misery. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
This is my top speed.
Oh my
it's
lord.
about the same. All right, so I have to make sure that I'm always to the left of whatever enemies I'm fighting. Where are the enemies? I want to fight things.
Go figure, they don't want to fight now that we're in creative. It's like,
what is this? Oh, there's one. Okay, there you are. All right. This might work. We might have to turn the enemies up to hard to actually get them to show up. It's a shame. I mean, I feel like that's
at
a
this
setting
point
you
we
should
are
be able to
hopelessly
change.
capable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to see like enemies spawning constantly and not just like one little dude. Because I know the campaign mode just dumps them on us endlessly and it's just cruel. But now I think it just spawns like one enemy.
Well, it's probably for the sake of testing.
Yeah.
And so, given that...
But I effectively just want the campaign mode, but no costs.
Yeah.
Well, what? Oh, ridicule research. Right.
What's that?
Ridicule research is the experimental tech that we don't have access to. Normally?
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, wow. These avalanche missiles are actually stupid.
There we go. Should put a few more on this, actually, thinking about it. Let's make a little bit of room.
Okay.
What on earth are those things? What? Oh, right. Okay. I was like very confused about the color. And again, it's because you've got the...
Yeah, I got one of the skins on.
Yeah.
I was curious. I'm going to try a slightly different weapon scheme.
What are those? Sonic Lance. Are
Here
those
we
any
go.
good?
I don't know. Let's see. Do I have an enemy? There he is.
Oh my lord.
Hello.
Missiles. Okay, I need to not outrun my own ballistic missiles.
Wait.
Oh. There's a diddy little thing over there.
Okay, so I guess these things need some repair. I mean, or not. Who cares? They get destroyed, we get more of them. So it looks like every time we kill an enemy, we get a new one.
Fair. Though, it would be nice if they dropped... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it'd be nice if there were more of them. Yeah. Do you want me to reload this in hard?
Sure. Okay, give me a second to save this tech. Oh, there we go. And I will jump out.
Alright. So yeah, I agree on the board game night. I feel like we need to organize that one for a little bit to get that going. I could probably reach out to at least some of the same people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because, I mean, I'm fairly certain, at least for Talisman, I definitely played that with Lolash before. There's Armello as well. That's a 4-player.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've played a ton of Armello.
I think everyone has, actually. It's one of those games that you think it isn't a well-known game, and then everyone knows it.
That was one of the really avid like pre-launch players being like, "This game is amazing. More people
Really?
should play it." And then I played it with a couple of people. These better future wheels. Better turning radius, not better speed. Okay, it seems like the enemies are more aggressive.
I don't seem to be able to do any damage to them.
He did.
Oh no.
Yeah, you gone.
I feel that there may be a lack of synchronization. I'll be right.
That's, you know what? That is pretty possible.
Let's shove it back in. Thunk.
Okay. So I've tried my missile man. It seems like the enemies are a little bit more aggressive, so that should be good.
Okay, let's have a look how this is going to go. That's fantastic. Nearest enemy. Oh, wow, okay. That is a much larger looking attack. I have no charge. Retreat!
I've got an AI. Hopefully he can keep him off of us.
Oof. Let me just reload my my tactic. And then probably deploy my solar panels for a bit. There we go.
Alright. Load tech. Deploy new tech. There we go.
Perfect. I love all the turrets.
I'm just going to put those down. Hopefully they'll leave us alone.
Oh, I
At
hope
least
not.
for a little bit. Well, I mean, I really hope
until
they
we
leave us-
want them.
Yeah, I hope they leave us alone until... It would be nice if there's, like, a way that you could customize, like, here's your safe zone, and then here is...
Or just, honestly, just a button you could press to spawn an enemy.
Yeah, or spawn a bunch. Have you messed around with Terraria's journey mode at all?
Sorry, what was that?
Did you mess around with Terraria's journey mode at all?
No, I haven't yet. No.
It's, you can straight up, like, control how many enemies spawn. Do you have God mode? Do you not have God mode? You know, you can even give yourself, not infinite items. Well, you have to unlock them first, and it's usually, like, find 100 blocks, find 50 blocks.
Oh, okay.
But once you've done that, you just have them forever? And it is... quite possibly the best anti-grind mode I have ever seen in a video game.
Really?
Yeah. That it is so satisfying. It is so satisfying playing it and not having to worry about, like, am I going to have enough ore to make my armor? Do I have the appropriate... You know, do I have enough chlorophyte? Do I have enough anything?
There do not seem to be any tech spawning right now. Like, at all, actually.
Huh. I should probably get a radar on this thing.
Oh, do I not have a radar? No, I've got a radar. I've got... Yeah. Yep. Doesn't look like we're getting any spawns right now, unfortunately.
Here, I'll speed this up a little bit.
I desperately need to get some boosters on this, though. Oh, for that, I'm going to need some fuel. Thinking about it, that would probably help.
Gosh, rotating is just the most time-consuming thing. At least you can go backwards. I have this problem sometimes when I'm playing games like this. And I'll, like, miss the rotation on the block I'm trying to rotate, and it, like, I'll have to cycle through the entire rotation set before I can actually get it to line back up again. That always makes me kind of cranky.
Sorry.
Fine.
But yeah, I mean, the building options in this are a little bit underdeveloped for a game that is centered on building stuff.
Yeah.
Like, not so much the options, I guess, but rather the quality of life enhancements. There's no mirror mode. Rotation is honestly an exercise in frustration sometimes.
Yep.
Like, there's no guide at all for you to see the axis that you're rotating. You're just randomly clicking something. It just does genuinely feel like it's random sometimes. It can't be. Like, I can't imagine for a second that it is actually random, but it feels like that, and that's a shame. There's no... Well, I mentioned mirror mode, but like quite a lot of games like this will have multiple like lines of symmetry, so you can decide the axis that it's going to use. That looked a little bit painful.
It was awkward. Let's see. Does this thing have a gyroscope? It does. Ooh, it's got a biggin.
Thank you, Belial. Control for my boosters. There we go.
How high can this thing get?
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
An enemy has spawned.
Hey.
I love that little tech following behind. It's like, yay, something to kill. Oh, it's already bad. Damn it. Okay, Razzie be a wolf.
Alright. These, no. This is not the medium fort armor. Extra large fort armor. Okay, let's see if I can do this one. Yeah. Oh, no. No.
How's the construction of your chopper going?
Okay, so I was apparently just barely underweight, which was great until I like realized I couldn't turn. So I was like, okay, I'll extend this just by a bit, and we'll.
I wonder what I'd be able to do if I could add something similar to this. No, probably not. But this amuses me.
Going to try and make your own thing into a flyer.
I'm gonna see what I can do. Apparently.
Come on, rotate.
Gosh, okay, I am back heavy. Let's see. It's been built into the inside of the tech. Planned carefully, works great for guiding ungrounded attacks through the air. Okay. See if I can't fit that in then.
There we go. Let's see. Light blocks. Atlas rotor.
Large fuel tank, anti-gravity echo, echo engine. Oh, Lord. If I could read, that'd be dangerous.
Okay, 1, 2. Large Atlas rotor. Large Atlas rotor.
Need a gyro.
Okay. So, helicopter-wise...
Yep.
I got it working. It seems to, honestly, maybe be better.
Oh, wow, yeah, you're way up there.
Like, I was trying so hard for hovers. But I think this is the actual answer.
Just be a helicopter.
Yeah, just be a helicopter. Because, like... let's see. It seems to work generally without problems.
Yeah, this is not going well for me so far.
Oh, are you fighting things?
Yeah, trying to.
I'll be back in a second.
Bad. It's like, you're too far away from other players. I wish I could get back there.
Yeah, I'm just learning how to move this thing around. And so I think I got it. I know how the helicopter works now.
Bonk. Oh, cannot swap. Why can I not swap? Oh, I'm out of... Oh, that is awful. No. Ah. Ow. Well, I mean, that's a thing that happens. There we go. Right.
Okay. If I do this twister prop?
There's a better future. You know what? I had seen that they were like control blocks for Better Future, and my chat is commenting on how there are blocks that allow you to turn hover engines on and off. That is probably a really good idea. Really good idea. What on earth just happened there, Wanda?
I only have
Goodbye.
one gyro. Bye. Is this a problem?
Wanda is returning to his people.
Okay, I can turn. I think I just blew up some missiles. I should remember to screenshot this. Okay.
There we go.
So accessory blocks. All access gyro.
Oh. Oh man. Right. So with I think we've probably explored about as much as there is to offer with the multiplayer in Terratech. And again, it's not a game that doesn't have a lot to offer. It really does, especially in single player. But the multiplayer, bit janky. I think it's probably fun for just playing around, and especially if you've got a tech that you've already designed and you want to play around with it and just wander around and kind of waffle things. but like the campaign, slash campaign mode in multiplayer, it's really just creative, but without having infinite blocks, more or less. There's not a lot you can really do in it.
Okay.
How's the flight going now, mate?
Terribly.
Marvelous.
I don't know how to go forward.
That is not great. I'll be honest with you. I've seen people make some really amazing like airships and stuff in this, but
yeah,
I have no idea how they've done it.
All right, I'm gonna snapshot this. Is there? All right. You know what? I can't. Where's my? There it is. I can't figure out how to descend quickly with a helicopter. So, new solution: fall.
I mean, you know, that works.
Yeah.
It looks like something just attacked our base and wiped out a chunk of it.
Oh well. All right. Yeah, this seems like the kind of thing that we should come back in like 3 years when they've properly like expanded the multiplayer fully, or given up entirely, and then one last hurrah and see if it's good. I like the look of your thing. It's like 50% future, 50% dystopia.
Oh, you know, you saying that reminds me of that horrible, like, SimCity expansion with the massive mega arcologies.
I never got into SimCity. I did like SimCity 2000 and could never figure out how to like keep my people alive. So I was just like, oh well.
Oh, I gave it a good shot. I really enjoyed SimCity as the franchise, but then the latest one was just so bad.
Yeah,
so bad.
I heard about people just abusing it, and I was like, that sounds funny, but just kind of terrible. Like
it was an awful.
It was one of the first. It was one of the first EA like online only games, right?
Yep, and it was awful because of it, largely. And like, I've seen some amazing skits out there. Like Door Monster had done some fantastic ones, and which like had SimCity and City Skylines kind of collaborating on stuff, and that was honestly a joy to watch. But yeah, it had a couple of interesting expansions, but one of them added this like. You could go down the very bright future or the dystopian kind of Blade Runner future kind of look. I don't know why that popped into my mind, but the way you were describing this, yeah, kind of. It is half dystopia, half utopia.
Can you do like a private session with the latest SimCity? Because I was suddenly thinking, it's like it actually would be kind of fun to get a couple of YouTubers together and have like a small neighborhood.
I'm fairly, yeah. You can absolutely do that.
Okay.
I think that's basically how it used to be done. Because when we would stream it, because I used to.
Oh, you did stream it?
Yeah, I streamed it a couple of times and joined
I've
in with
never
other
asked
people
you,
streaming it.
When did you start your channel? Because like
streaming wise, or do you mean like YouTube wise?
Either or.
I don't know.
Because I know you've been doing this, I think, longer than I have.
I think it was the end of 2013.
Oh. So no, I guess you started at the same time. I guess you probably just established yourself faster. And or I just never paid attention to anybody.
It is shocking the amount of people that I met after starting YouTube who apparently did start around the same time as me. I was like, how did we not cross paths? Because we basically play the same games. It's one of those little funny things. Sometimes I think, especially when you're just starting out, and especially when you're starting to get serious about YouTube, you can be in a complete isolationist bubble, just working all the time.
Yep.
It wasn't until later that I actually had the luxury of paying attention to anything else. Wow,
yeah, for me, I think I just was full up on collaborators for so long that I was just like, oh yeah, there's this Aavak guy. He seems cool. I'll bug him later. I also had this problem where I refused to work with creators if I was like substantially smaller than them. Not necessarily because of any kind of major issue, but because I didn't want to feel like I was bothering them.
Right, yeah. I can get that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to brainstorm for some other ideas, or just stop here so you can focus on other things?
Well, we can stop here, and then first and foremost, I would love to try and get together, like actually start laying down some proper plans to get some like board game streams going, because those are amazing fun, especially if we can get a full host of players. And yeah, just have a look at a couple of other things, because there's a lot of like tech games like this, but some of them, they range from the silly and kind of off the wall, just I'm gonna build a robot, to the you actually need the degree in engineering.
You need to try. Yeah. I would be amenable to From the Depths, but I need to probably have a weekend free that isn't mired in other game releases to study it.
Yeah, it has been kind of crazy with the game releases recently, to be fair. There's so many, so close together.
It's the Steam Summer Games Festival that's really getting me right now, because I've got like I think I cumulatively have 3 gigs on my hard drive right now between all the games I've installed.
Okay, wow.
Well, like 3 gigs left, and so I'm trying to knock off as many.
I was going to say, like, if that's your install directory, that's quite anemic, actually.
No, I've got a whole terabyte full, pretty much, and some of them are games that I absolutely need to just like get rid of. But I'm actively trying to cut down on the number of games I have, not, just so I can install something new if some other game comes out. Luckily, I haven't had to worry about that for a little while, but it is rough.
Yep. Okay, well, we'll wrap things up here and then do a bit of brainstorming. Absolutely on the board game stuff, and I'm sure we can find a full host of players.
I think all we need to really do is just pick a day, a time, and then just ask people until we have 4.